joining us. Okay, we're all set here. Alright, thank you for joining us. It's brought to you by brought to you by the fifth dimension, but also like the third dimension. That's a new one. Okay, this one might be kind of a short episode for tonight, but we'll see. Trying to go at a reasonable rate. Okay, so what's tonight's what is this about is Earth the movie. This is nothing new, but for those that are understanding all of this, you know, we're all characters in a third dimensional movie. You know, some are parents, some are kids. They grow up to be parents. They go to a job and whatever it is. We're all playing a character in a theater, however you want to look at it. So, the reason this is coming through is maybe this will help people awaken to at least have less negativity in their life and more control and understanding of it. Of course, it's not going to be something that's going to happen instantly. This might be now, this might be down the road. You get more understanding of it. So, I also had a question of, like, this is the future. Well, this is the future. It's hard to describe it. At least I've described it several times. But this is the future of, you know, removing this negative block, this vortex. You know, like with the news and the media and all this nonsense, mind controlling us, telling us what to do, putting a cage around us. This is a prison planet. On however you look at it, it still has the vibration of a prison planet. And movies and television, of course, either way, it's still messages from the astral world, messages from the universe. And doesn't it sometimes feel some of that stuff is a little bit more free than we are, because we're in the jail, we're in the fishbowl, and we're watching it, you know. And so the idea is to, you know, because the old way, like when somebody gets really angry, like at these politics, for example, they get really pissed off, and then they start, you know, they get their rage out. You know, it's like, I mean, it might. I guess you feel better after that. I mean, sometimes it's good to vent, but the world still stays the same usually. It's just basically looking at things a little bit differently with a less negative tone. It does take time. Sometimes rage is good, of course. Violence is not. And there's a lot of violent people on this world that can use a lot of meditation at this time, because there's always some kind of violent act happening on the world at certain levels. And you can say meditation can't. See, a lot of people don't believe in this stuff, so they don't get healed by it. It's like, I don't believe in any of this stuff, I'm just going to be a monster instead. Depending on who they are, of course. Some are just, you know, violent and whatever it is that's spewing through their vibration. Of course, my connection here is up and down. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, at least meditation energy is basically more of a dream-like reality where you're connecting more through your third eye, the less physical energies, less physical reality. Basically, this is the future. Seeing the world at a more vibrational level through energies instead of this physical. I'll have to see it to believe it. Connect more with your guides, your higher self, and see the world through your vibration instead of so much of this physical. It's not easy, but this is the training wheels into the new realms. Yeah, it's not something you have to constantly, oh, I better do this every single day, but throwing it out there, it over time, like little exercises here and there, should help you break free of the negative web that's around us all. We feel like this is normal. It's not. You know, you get up, go to work, and do the same old, same old. Alright. Alright, bring spirit in, basically, for the duration of all this. Yeah, it's setting yourself free. Now, many are not ready to leave the third dimensional character just yet. The idea is to improve it. where you can heal negativity within yourself and others, so you don't have a violent act. It's getting more control over yourselves, and so your emotions controlling you, you control your emotions. Because some get tired, angry, and they go into a violent act. Not everyone, but you understand. It's basically, as you connect more to the vibrations of you outside of this matrix, you will feel more basically connected to your energy, trusting your instincts, basically. Less negativity, more positive. It just, yes, it takes time. Not everyone's fully ready to let go of this 3D character that you're playing. But the more you tap into more of a higher dimensional self that is you, it's gradual, of course. You trust more of your instincts, as yes, it's like the movie is still playing. You're still that character, but you can improve the character. That character is not always destined to go into negativity. And to understand this also goes into your timeline. It helps you figure out, because before you come in here, yes, you see the roadmap. Of course, when you come into this character, you have amnesia. You forget exactly who you are, or at least who you used to be. Now you're this character. Now you're disconnected from spirit. But the idea is to reconnect with spirit, basically to have you have a better life for yourself and others, of course, because you are a chain reaction. It's not just you changing, but everyone around you changing. It doesn't mean you have to go and bless everything around you, but just you having a better day, a better life, vibrationally, will bring in better things. Instead of looking for greed, you look for higher vibrations. It does take time to get used to. It's not something you rush out to. But basically, it also will help you with connecting to the Mandela effect also, because there are different dimensions that are connected to this, to bring in a more positive timeline for you, that you are ready for this timeline. Realize so many say they're not ready for this, not ready for that. It's all in your perception too. It's all what you are, the lessons you are there, but you can always end those lessons quicker when you heal the soul. You reach out. Not always have to take a risk as to changing your life, like moving to California for no reason, you don't know why, just for example. The idea is to bring in more self-confidence and to clear the bridge around you, the energies around you, so you can connect more to what's right for you. It does take time, as this character is not easy to release from fully, and you won't. Well, what you are here is to heal, to have a better experience. Now, some are here to have not the easiest, but you can still ask for assistance, step out of the matrix energy. Some are having difficulties receiving, living that, but it is possible. This is how you advance yourself, by clearing the third dimensional blockages around you. It's not just you that's going through a blockage. It's vibrations around. Some do connect with nature and feel a blockage there. It's like, this is nature and it feels very negative. Yes, because there's a negative vortex going on there. As many negative aliens come through that vibration. Because yes, they are using your energies. Your low energies are powering the negative aliens here. The more negative you are, the more negative your world is. And they continue the web on your planet, the control web. So when those are, yes, have good intentions but still very negative, as for screaming, yelling, of course, yes, to vent is one thing, but to vent and continue it and realize it's not really accomplishing anything, it's just venting like a child would vent. The idea is to heal that, because peacefulness is power. It's not an easy vibration to connect to. Of course, we won't bring this up constantly because it's true. Many are having trouble turning on the instrument that is you. You are all vibration as to tune each other. So when you are very tuned of a high energy and a low energy come in, you come down. So you're also music, but you're also of light. So your world is so used to the old way. Of course there are beings here that say meditation is useless spirituality is useless is because they come from a reptilian archon destination. They want to continue this vortex of low vibrations. So how to expand yourself is to slowly, gently let yourself release the third dimension, basically. The tentacles of mind control, the tentacles that are all around you, to continue at a low pace. You could even get more control of negativity. Meaning, yes, this is a lesson I need to go through, but as soon as I'm done, I am going to heal it and relax. Because some do need to go through turmoil, especially through partnership, but you can improve it too. Yes, it is a complicated situation for many, but the idea is to get more control of yourself. It's not always the easiest energy of seeing, because many are so used to the old version of views, the old emotions, old anger, and yes, you're not always going to see the future the clearest. But that fogginess will come down once you leave the third dimension environment altogether. As for the control grid, well, basically is not to worry of the future, and know you are living in bliss, you could say. You're attracting positive vibrations. If you do hit a bump in the road, don't let that bring you down, basically. It's just basically knowing you are going in the right direction and continuing that tune within yourself will bring in more positivity around you, as basically a more positive vortex. You will also improve your timeline, but most importantly, your timeline within you. There's several different timelines. There is a human time, within you, within your organs, within your body, within your, why you get sick, why you do this. There's a timeline inside of you, not just for your lifeline or what direction you go into. There's a health timeline, basically. I don't believe many are fully aware of that vibration. And that is one also to see cancer before it comes. A health timeline is worthy of connecting to for eye problems, and to heal that timeline, to see it, to feel it, and let it go if it's of a negative nature. Not to say you're fully heal it, but you never know. Some of you can surpass expectations very easily. Here's a message from Spirit. Blessings. Alright. Alright, we're not done yet. So to do a little walkthrough before we continue on in our land of strange. Yeah, real quick, for those who are new to all this, is IamTar.com. Whatever this is, private sessions if you're interested. The Google Hangout, Zoom, and channel by phone. I am about 7 days into answering questions, so those that submitted a question on Wednesday, I should be answering on Wednesday. Of course, on Thursday, that's where I get a little bit derailed, because I will webinar and I'll have the energy to answer, so I will catch up over time. Also, Spirit Social, also same deal here, and also other channelers and healers I do recommend. We have the social network, thank you for those that are posting. And we have the Jake comic for Astral Insanity. Okay. I want to put that out there just in case there's someone new that's wondering how to unlock yourself, your vibration, your direction, where you want to go. Because there's different ways of turning off the third dimension, basically. It's like, if you notice it as a TV episode, for example, or some kind of episode, it's a movie, TV episode, whatever. It might give you a more clear understanding of how things are going. You might see other beings in the background, such as alien vibrations. What do you feel? If you visualize this as a movie, who do you feel that's behind the scenes? Because we are actors in this. It's not really, it's seen as a movie, but do you really Do you see yourself as an actor or actress? And everything's placed like a movie would be too. You know, it's just a more bizarre movie, of course, but it's still. Of course, there's many lessons within it. The idea, it can say it, yeah. Some people call it a game. It's another way of looking at it. It just basically is choose your own adventure, pretty much. And can you figure it out? Can you crack the code to break out of the matrix? That's basically what this is about. Have it less control you. Not to say you need to control it, but have it less affect you in a negative way. It's different for everybody, but ideas to connect more to your continuity energies, yeah, to improve you. Obviously, not everybody's here to heal instantly. Some of us have lessons. You need to go through what you need to go through, but at least you can connect to this maybe in the future when you feel like your that timeline is ended. Now things are going to finally work your way, or whatever it might be, or some might be able to connect to it instantly. Everyone's different. Everybody has a different energy of what's going on. Some do ask about the future, what's going on. I don't know. Well, I would say the politics situation kind of shifted. I know I have to bring that up, but it is what we are. It's part of our planet. Now the situation with the thing with Trump recently, I think his attorneys got, and it's not looking good for Trump right now. So who knows what's going to happen to him? I think obviously he's protected, but you never know. Anything can happen. As for alien connections too, anything can happen with that too. Who knows? We might have the, not to say we will, but we never know. Not to say full disclosure, but more of an energy of that we are not alone. It's a possibility things might change, timelines might change, where all of a sudden it doesn't take much. One day everything switches. Is like, so they're finally showing themselves after all this time. You would get an energy of them, of their presence here, basically in the skies and around you. There's a possibility of that. Some people are having dreams of them being here, and a lot of people in the third dimension are believing that the aliens are here. They're really enjoying this movie. And yeah, the message yesterday also, of course not all beings are going to connect to this here, but many are here for a, to connect to this world, to go to a harder world. Some are, not all. But it does make sense. Some come here to prepare for war. And isn't this enough? Apparently there's other places where I've seen, like when I connected to that yesterday, I saw people vanish like in thin air. It's like they exploded. They hit such a peak of negativity they couldn't take it anymore, and they blew up. So I mean, imagine many here would like to be able to do that. I guess you can call it self-suicide or something like that. I don't know what that is. It's either way, that's what I saw, and it's not. It's like self-destruction of some kind. Yeah, it's not pretty, but yeah. So that's I mean, you can actually kind of visualize that in some ways. How people just get so stressed out, they just can't handle it. And here they do the same thing, but either way. So the idea here is to heal the timeline of yourself. Once again, it's not always going to be right away. Some are looking for more clear. Now some do have, of course everyone has, like a secret within themselves that they're not really supposed to open yet, like a present. That's the other thing about alien disclosure. Think of it like the holidays, think of it like Christmas. It's like you might know the presents, the time is coming, but they're not going to give you the gift and open it, so you know what's going to happen. So you got to keep things quiet. There's many reasons behind it too, and some people might not feel it's Christmas. Some people might think it's hell. That's probably the majority of the population. So let's see here. Yeah, we are going into more 5D energies, for those that are ready for it. But healing, yeah, the timeline within. Let's see. Basically, you see yourself as a movie. It's almost like seeing yourself as the age you are, seeing yourself younger, visualizing that, and like you're like on a film strip. You don't have to do it that way, but it might help to see who's around you. Do you see aliens? Do you see reptilians? Do you see Anunnaki? What do you see around you? And maybe even go into the future, and maybe you see something else. Maybe you see ships. Maybe you see felines connecting to Earth. As for healing, who knows when that's going to happen? But tomorrow, right now, would be good. But we have. All right. Now you can also do the same thing with the Earth, connected to the Earth timeline, using a movie, calling it like a movie. Now, it feels like, of course, everybody has their own point of view of what's going on, where we're going. Let's see here. Like with the politics situation, yeah, a lot of it's been hijacked, but of course they saw what was coming. There's a lot of negative reptilians around there that basically want to crush the political system altogether and just put an authoritarian system, obviously, where you have like a dictator. Is what they want. It's not going to happen, but that's what they want. Now, though, I'm stepping out of that. One thing about Apple and Google going to China, realize also, you got to look at it in different directions. Realize also, these companies are very connected to the government. CIA, FBI, CIA, for example. So it's like CIA going into China. Because I believe that's how they perceive it. With good reason. So, of course, there's a shadow government element there that they don't always trust. And what we're seeing in the public isn't really what's going on behind the scenes. So they're just giving us a version of what's truly going on. So, as for what's really going on, they're not making it clear. But to go back to the timeline of what's going on, because the politics do play a big role in our awakening. I'm not going to dive into it too deep. There's obviously a lot of Pleiadian forces that are bringing assistance. Arcturians, of course. Syrians, of course, all tall whites, on and on. A lot of them are in the White House. The White House itself is a vortex, as many beings come and go. Even the White House itself can be seen on a ship, like the interior of it, and many beings are wandering around, you know, governing it, putting ideas into your mind. At least for them, for that matter, to make things happen. Apparently they're allowed to do that. Not sure who's doing that, but either way, I see a ship, I see it visualized like through a holographic energy. Either way, they can interact with us without being seen in our world. So yeah, you want about a galactic war? There you go. It's a galactic interference, you could say. So now reptilians feel like they rule everything, so of course they try to hijack all the political, because the politics is like the human consciousness altogether, at least for the country. Even if it is being massively manipulated, it's being manipulated into letting these head of states rule everybody else, like a dictatorship of some kind. So it is important because it has to be broken. Now, some might, like with the White House of the United States, for example, instead of seeing the White House there, some might see like a reptilian palace there instead. And there is I don't see Trump there either. So there are different dimensions where all these things exist. But don't think that none of this is not influence what's going on. They're trying to bring their timeline to our timeline. So not to say you never know. Reptilians would like to have like an authority over us, where you have a bunch of lizard people walking around with guns. Not to say that's going to happen, but that's what some of them would like. So that's kind of that's the low vibrations putting on us. Now I realize also there's a lot of Arcturian. Basically what's going on is the human consciousness is let go of their freedoms. They gave it to somebody else, like the government, and that goes all the way. They feel like they have no choice, they feel, so understanding once again the energies that are going on does help one bring back, because when you start focusing on yourself, you see who's the puppet masters that are ruling this. You imagine if most people, majority, like for America for example, connect more to their guides and realize that this is all, they already know this is all fake anyway. Well, it's a good amount. Okay, not a good, well, still, you take Alex Jones's audience and you help them understand spirit guides and all that. Put down their guns, understand who's here a little bit. I'm using this for example. And this goes into the mainstream of talking, basically. Basically, we have beings here that are mind controlling us. And yes, it's out of a movie, but the movies are talking to us, tell us to wake the hell up. It's like, all that's here is just to wake the hell up, because we're not here by ourselves. If you think you're by yourself, maybe you should get like a retarded, like a membership card or something. I'm serious. And then most think that. you gotta turn the table around. People just don't believe it. It's like we are the monkeys in the in the zoo, basically, and people don't want to believe it. It's like, okay, fine, make a great movie. This all make a great, I mean, literally, it's not a pleasant movie, but it'll make a great movie. Well, I think it sucks, because that's what people think. It will never happen here. What's happening here? It's like, so yeah, if more here would just be more, either way, I don't know. It's like telling more people to go to church. So I won't be preaching like that, but anyway, let's put that, at least either way. That's the thing about a lot of these channelers, they sound like preaching. Hopefully that probably sounds like preaching. I try to stay away from the preaching. It really is out there. It's just, jeez, it's like galactic preaching. I guess it helps people, but I try to stay away from that. Just, I already seen church. It's gross. It's so gross. It's just, and then see aliens preaching is like, ugh, why did I sign up for this place? It's like it never ends. Even the aliens are preaching. It's like, whenever the exit shows up, I'd be happy to walk through it. So, anyways, all right. But yeah, if more people are awakened, for example, because you're less likely to get controlled by archons and wherever the hell is here, and to just be, that's what this is about. Basically, you're talking about building a future of awareness, but it has to be a spiritual awareness. One way this is going to work. But it's up to you. I mean, everyone has their own choice. That's why things take so long, because people are just not. This whole thing about people not being ready, because they're so fit into the third dimensional human character, the stage play. They're not ready to let it go, obviously. But I don't know if an event is going to happen where people are going to start realizing this is all just a game show, basically. Possible, because to see these beings that are here, to crack open the matrix so we can see them finally, not just in the third eye, but seeing in the physical, will be quite the show. You never know. It might be enough people powerful enough to get, to want this to happen. Of course, people have been wanting to open it up for a long time. Oh yeah, there's a Buckaroo Banzai. I forgot. Yeah, I was gonna mention that here, but my energy's like, but it's funny because they say like, it's a movie Buckaroo Banzai from, I don't know, from the 8th dimension, wherever it is. It's a hard movie to watch, but it's funny though. It's basically alien beings. I forgot what the alien beings are here for, but they had during what was it? During Orson Welles, he did War of the Worlds, and it's aliens are taking over the world, and he changes it. It's like, that was the truth, but then they had to put in, oh, this is a radio show. So they told the truth, but then they had to add the radio show thing to cover it up. That's in the movie. So yeah, the Buckaroo guy gets shocked or something, and he can see the aliens. They posing as people, but he can see the aliens that are here. So he's always calling them out, and so they make these devices that you can wear so you can see the aliens more clearly. It's great. So I'm still getting through it, but it's a tough one to watch. It's weird, but it has a lot of messages there. Yeah, it's part of the awakening. It's part, this is, the astral world, the universe is speaking to us, just waiting for us to snap out of it. And it's weird at first, but then it all makes sense down the road. Because politics makes no sense, the government makes no sense, and people bring in aliens that think, oh, that's a joke, that's funny. That's what they want you to think. They want you to think it's all just, well, we're not here by ourselves, so that's a joke. But it's all, we're just. I believe when more people awaken, this little stuff will start to come through. Who knows? Anything's possible. They might just. This November, they might just flip the switch and start showing up. Always to give us an idea that they're here. It's a possibility. Everything's open right now. Anything can happen. Of course, majority of people won't believe it, so they don't have to be scared about anything. Because they don't believe in anything. So you never know. They're not telling me anything. They just want to say the alien timeline is here, helping people awaken. People are having dreams. Like, yes, those dreams are real. That means the aliens are preparing. So I'm not sure when they're going to show up, but this is not a drill. This is not fake. This is real. Yeah, this is a prison world, and we're here to take our power back and shut down the prison, basically. It's pretty much a prison without it pretty much is. I mean, you want to look at it different ways. You don't have to feel like, oh, I'm stuck here and I can't move, I can't do anything. Far from it. That's why you got to believe in yourself, connect to your energies. You can, you don't have to feel like, because I guess there's two ways of looking at it. You're in a prison, but you are still free. But if you're in I guess the other way of looking, you're in prison, I can't do anything. You can do stuff. Because we're in an alien prison, you could say. So I don't think there's any other way of wording it. So they're definitely they don't want us here. I don't have the whole story, why they want this world, or either way, we're here to learn, we're here to improve ourselves, and we're here to wake up. So if there's enough people here that want to see what's really here, yeah, it's weird, but it's awesome too. Let's see, alien disclosure. Let's see, what's kind of the timeline of that? It feels like it can happen at any time. It feels like, there's a lot of fear in humans here, but they can make things happen where it's them, but they have to clone they're already doing it already. Meteorites, whatever it is, but I would expect more of that stuff. But of course, they're not giving me any messages on any of that right now, but I would expect more kind of stuff. Might be more Mandela effect stuff occurring, which is another way to wake up. Like, you see a restaurant named Denny's, and next thing you know, it's called Lenny's, for example. You never know, that might happen. I mean, it's already happened probably, or who knows? It's a possibility to give us, when we're ready for it. It's just they're doing subtle things to help us prepare for what's to come. Obviously, it's going to be very slow because most of the population isn't ready for anything. It's easier not to. They're not ready, and I don't know. Yeah, the whole thing. There's so many different ways of looking at how why so many are not ready, but it's manipulations. The soul's not wants to develop in that regard. I don't know. It's all kinds of stuff, but. I mean, we're technically already going through alien disclosure right now. The meteorites, all this stuff, they're, sightings here and there, security teams picking up on stuff. We're technically already going through it, because we haven't had the massive one. Of course, you had it, the Phoenix Lights. We're looking for another one. Of course, some people have said 2 years from now. I see 2 years. So, who knows? Obviously, I mean, if they do another Phoenix Lights around like New York City, a lot of people won't believe it, but a lot of people will. That's hard to say where we're heading. But we are going into some kind of disclosure. I feel, well, through my connections, people are just vibrationally more connecting, at least the messages I put out, trusting themselves, trusting like alien connections that they're connecting to, just allowing themselves to open up within. And that's, you know, it takes time to get used to it, but everyone's connected to aliens, everyone's connected to angels, spirit guides, everybody's got it. So just identifying the alien within, bring the alien out. Some people might see themselves as a fish being, a unicorn being, and the rest of humanity be laughing their asses off. Yet they laugh, but yet, you know, murder is a big thing in their culture. Mind control is okay. You know, they don't know how to snap out of that, of deja, you know, of, I don't call it deja vu, I call it hypnosis. So they laugh at all this stuff, but yet look at their world, look at their reality. It's not fun. Yeah, especially with Hollywood and all that other stuff. You know, just all that shady stuff. It's like they laugh at this stuff, but it's not here to hurt them, it's here to open you up, and then they attack it because that's through the manipulations. So, like, when people attack me, I'm kind of interested, because I'm kind of interested to see what beings are, what you pick up as going, well, talking through them. So, I know that's why I'm waiting for a big YouTuber to start trashing me, because I'm kind of fascinated to see what the manipulations are there. I need all the attention I can get anyway, so I'll take whatever I can get. So, alright, that is the message. Hopefully it didn't sound too preachy. I'm trying to stay away from that. A lot of, if people probably pick up a lot of channels, I don't listen to that many, some film very preachy. It's like, that's great, but ugh. A message is one thing, preachy is ugh. Anyway, well, everyone has their own way of learning, so whatever works, of course, whatever you want to believe, whatever works, whatever, you know, we need it all to grow to whatever you believe in. It's all part of, you know, the awakening. Fourth dimensional energies, fifth dimension energies. We might not all agree, but either way, at least we're going into the vibration of leaving 3D. You know, we're leaving the third dimension. So more people understand that. Yeah, not everybody's going to be on the same boat of each other. Some are going to have their little cults, some people are going to have their little groups, and that's good. And it's not always good, but it's part of a process. You know, they have that Space Force in, what is it, Russia, whatever that was, so, or Germany, whatever it was. Alright, blessings everyone. Thanks for your support, send your energies, and get back tomorrow with more strangeness.